John Levene is with us this morning from Doctor Who, and we are very honored to have you here, John. Now, what was the name of your character on Doctor Who?
Sergeant John Benton, Rich, back in 1969 to 1974 with three of the Doctors, Patrick Troughton, John Pertwee, and Tom Baker.
What was it like? I mean, the special effects on Doctor Who are one of the most incredible aspects of the series. Was it deliberate, the way the special effects have been traditionally done? Because nowadays, of course, they could do different things, more sophisticated things, and yet there's an element of Doctor Who that says, no, it must be done this particular style. Was that deliberate?
Well, all I know is, as one of the artistes, all I know is that one of the hardest things, apart from remembering lines and what the story was about, was whenever you left a room to hold the doorknob to stop the set from shaking. And I can remember thinking we were preoccupied, you know, with the idea of holding the sets. But the special effects, I think, were done because there was an innocence about the show. And I think it's the innocence that's kept it going for 27 years, or however long it's been going.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in love with the program, not just because I was in it, but good over evil always impresses me.
What would you say is the philosophical, this is a quick one, just in 25 words or less, what's the philosophical bent of Doctor Who? I mean, is it good over evil? Or?
Yeah, I think it's good over evil with all the nice bits in between. Whenever you see an enemy come along, like the taxman or anything like that, you need several nice people just to get your act together and to be able to vanquish the bad things, but you have to do it with style, integrity, and maybe that's what the English Doctor Who did.
All right, and we'll be coming back to John and have lots more for you. Stick around, but please, before you get up and make that 9th cup of coffee, boys, girls, call right now, won't you?
Yes.
Thanks. 664-2828.
Need to liven up the proceedings a little bit, please. Need to fall off the riser. It's all the Doctor Who frivolity and excitement. What can I say? Need to get you on the phone making those pledges, and if you can do the big time pledge of $100, there we go. The Doctor, isn't that neat? The Doctor Who heat shield is yours. Perfect for the car. A plane, if you own a plane, a great way to make sure you keep the heat off. It's yours right now for a $100 pledge. Oh, sorry, a $100 pledge. And the best is it doubles as a Doctor Who yo-yo. 100 bucks. All you need right now. Make that $100 pledge. Thank you so much, my fans, ladies and gentlemen. But if you can't afford the $100, again, $50, you get the Friends of Doctor Who. The point is, make a pledge.
Now, call right now on this Saturday morning and show you care. And here's the number again.
That's why I'm holding on to this thing for 100 bucks right now.
I think we should pray that everybody just phones in the pledges.
Absolutely.
Shows like Doctor Who on the air.
And I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're on about every half hour with these breaks, and we promise much more entertainment in the next half hour. I've concocted a plan with the executive producer we're going to do. Anyhow, it'll be a lot of fun, but we need you to make a phone call and make a pledge.
Yeah, may I just say the number once, because I've always wanted to do it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
If you have a pledge, ladies and gentlemen, it's 664-2828. Do it now.
Boy, done like a pro. And the English accent, if that doesn't get us some money. Guaranteed. I'm guaranteeing that every phone is about to ring in the next 15 seconds. We got to make sure that they're working, okay? So absolutely free, no obligation to you right now. Help us check out the KCET phones by dialing 664-2828. Just make all the phones ring right now. Just say, hi, I'm watching. You can, and, you know, you don't even have to talk to the people here, but just make sure that all the phones ring and just get every phone in the studio ringing right now. And then we'll talk to you about pledging and money and stuff like that. See, they're all sort of ringing.
I don't care what the others say. I think Ken is wonderful, and I think you should get all the phones ringing. Don't forget the number is 664-2828, and we're here all day, so, like, just put the money in and dial and things like that.
Okay.
All right.
Well, they're all getting there.
So, and this is John Levene. You remember him?
How do you do?
69 through 74, was that right?
Yes, 69, 74 with John Pertwee, and I'd just like to say I've been living in Burbank now for 5 months, and it's wonderful to hear this ringing.
There we go.
And the reason I've come along is just to say to you that the show is 27 years old now, and there is an integrity about KCET because they put out the programs that matter. And Rich and Ken have told me that the whole ingredient of KCET is to feed the mind, and I'd like you to know that. Yeah. And so that's it.
Okay.
Well, all right.
Now we know the phones ring.
And we have premiums for you. We're going to be back several times, but please call right now. Here's the number for you in case you hadn't heard it yet. Right there on the screen, 664-2828.
For the pledges to keep all these good programs on the air. Now, obviously, I'm biased towards Doctor Who because that's why I've come to America. But you can use your Visa or your MasterCard. Any one of these people will be pleased to pick up the phone. All you have to do is just dial it. So do that now. Call us and pledge as much as you can, but don't break yourself. But we need it to keep programs like this on the air. We're very happy to hear from you, and these people will answer you anytime you call.
Thank you very much, John. And remember, again, use your Visa, use your MasterCard, use your common sense. Who else would dare put on Doctor Who except for KCET, a station that depends on the participation of its audience as opposed to any other factor. And listen, now Ken told you about that wonderful Friends of Doctor Who. For $100, the Doctor Who heat shield. Ready? Special effects. This cost millions. It works a lot better, the one you'll get. Now, here it is, all right? There it is. And by the way, I'm so glad to be crowned queen, and I pledge to keep the next year. So for $100, you can put this in your airplane and do instrument flying. So please call right now with a pledge of $100 for the heat shield, and do it because you care and because KCET really does care. Oh, Kenneth.
No. Stop. Sorry. We were trying to get someone to help Rich pull the heat shield, but the stage union's off today. We need you to make the phone call and make the pledge. And we got all the Whovians. Well, and we've tied these down with a scarf, actually. But we have all the Whovians here, and they're ready to take your phone calls and take your pledge. Now, you like Doctor Who as much as they do, and we do. You're enjoying what you see here on KCET. That's what you need to support with your pledge. And that's why we're here this morning live from Hollywood. Again, if you got the $100, as Rich said, you get the heat shield, $50. You get all the benefits from the Friends of Doctor Who, the button, the newsletters, all the good stuff like that. Visa, MasterCard. But maybe we should all do this with English accents, Rich. And John, I believe it's your turn.
Oh, I say, Ken, is it my turn? Listen, Ken has just said we've got loads of Whovians here this morning doing this pledge drive. These are all the people that support Doctor Who and are so interested in the show. And I'm happy to have been one of the artists. In case you've just switched on, my name is John Levene. I played Sargeant Benton opposite John Pertwee back in 1969 to 1974. It's a pleasure for me to come here. I've got a number for you. It's 664-2828. That's the number to call. Use Visa or MasterCard. We don't mind. Pledge as much as you can, simply because we must keep these intelligent programs on the air. There are so many channels that don't give you what you really need. KCET does. And I'm really thrilled to be here to tell you, because England is cold, Hollywood is warm, and it's very live. So with Rich and Ken, we're going to be here till about 2 o'clock. Just try and get the pledges in. MasterCard, anything you want to charge is okay by us. Thank you for calling. The number, once again, is 664-2828. And I think in a moment we're going to go over, I believe, to Rich.
Thank you, John. I just wanted to show this because if you had thought these shirts had been outlawed in 1970, you're right. However, we're hoping that you will make a call right now. Again, use your Visa, use your MasterCard, and remember, it's tax deductible to the fullest extent allowed by law. Member FSLIC, your actual mileage will probably be less. By the way, this for $100, that's right, it's the personal changing device, right? You can change behind this if you weigh less than 140 pounds. At $100, the heat shield is yours. Now, if you think about what television would be like without KCET, without Doctor Who, it's a vast wasteland out there. You know it is. And KCET makes the difference. No one else would take the chance to put on Doctor Who year after year and be able to get someone like John Levene to come down and also ask you for your support. It's got to get a lot busier. That's the bottom line right now. So please, call with your support. We've got Doctor Who coming up all the way through the early hours of the afternoon. No one's going to do that except right here at Channel 28. Call right now, won't you, with your pledge of support at 664-2828. And who are we going to?
Well, this over here. And I tell you what, I don't know if we can get wind up on the shot. I'm in front of a very special table right here. This is amazing right here, because these are the invisible Doctor Who fans, and they are answering the phones. You guys are doing an incredible job. Come on over here, because these are the people also that you can see them a little bit better. They're the ones over there traveling through time. What we're doing right now, in fact, I'll just sit down here and we'll join the crew right here. What we are doing is the concertina.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. This is Pledge for KCET. We have the wonderful Ken here and the wonderful Rich here. You've just seen an episode of the Doctor Who series with Colin Baker. If you want to see the next episode, make sure you get your pledges in. I believe we even have a number for you.
Yes, we do.
Oh, well, it's 664-2828, and what you've got to do is call in, use your Visa or your MasterCard. If you pledge $50, we have the Friends of Doctor Who for you. You get this quarterly. You can draw mustaches on all your favorite Doctor Who characters, and goodness knows, boys, girls, they're so much fun. But first, you have to make the pledge, $50 for this, or at $100, he cued Ken,
You got this one right here, the TARDIS heat shield, of course, for the car. We'll tell you more about all this stuff. Oh, sorry. We'll tell you more about, we'll tell you more about all this in just a minute. There we go. There's the TARDIS heat shield. Anyhow, the important thing is for you to make a phone call right now. And of course, that number, and you'll love this. This is in honor of barbershop quintets or trios, I guess. The number is
664-2828. Call now, Visa card or Master. If you wish to have Doctor Who to continue to come into your home, plus all the other programs that make KCET such a popular channel to watch, just pick up the phone and call 664-2828. Any one of these marvelous Whovians will be here ready to take your call. Be as precise as you can, and whatever you have, we're grateful for, because we must keep this kind of show going. With me today, we have Rich and Ken, who are doing some more pledge drives with lots of information for you, and we'll be going over to Rich almost now. Rich, over to you.
Thank you, John. And by the way, we are live, and if we were on pre-tape, could I really do this? Of course not. You know the answer. So call right now with a pledge of support. We told you before about Visa or MasterCard. Listen, that plastic sits in your wallet, and what does it do? It pays for magazine subscriptions you don't read. It pays for cable services that you don't watch more than a few hours a week. And it pays for a lot of services that you just don't take advantage of and that you're not really proud of. And the one thing you can be proud of is supporting KCET, the station that brings you Doctor Who, and not just Doctor Who. Come on, I know as well as you do that you've got things like Nova, McNeil Lair, shows that keep you in touch with the world, shows that inform, shows that in addition to something like Doctor Who that entertains, shows that enrich. And seriously now, isn't that worth supporting with one lousy phone call, or a good one, depending on how well you dial? Call right now, 664-2828, with your pledge of support. Oh, Ken.
Yes, sir. Well, we've got a very simple theme right now. It's pledge or die. You know those robots that were wandering around the last episode of Doctor Who? Well, we've got some of them. They're going around Los Angeles, and they know where you live. And if you don't make a phone call and a pledge, they'll be at your home shortly. Now, if you can call in with a $100 pledge, we've got the wonderful TARDIS heat shield for you right now. This will attach in the car, and we got there are little suction cups. You attach one there, attach the other one there, and you stretch it out just like that, and it's great. Keep the sun off your car and let everyone know that you support Doctor Who. But that's the important thing to be doing right now, supporting Doctor Who. So if you can call in with the $100 level, the TARDIS heat shield is yours. And do it not only because you love Doctor Who, but because you love life itself. Make the phone call, make the pledge right now. We got all the Whovians here waiting to talk to you. We've also got more Doctor Who coming up all day long. We did very well last time, but these pledge drives are addictive. We get a couple of calls, we want a whole bunch more, and that's what we want right now. Your pledge is supporting Doctor Who because that's what keeps it here on KCET. And speaking of Doctor Who, you know, John was in Doctor Who, and he's going to talk about just all the wonders of Doctor Who. Well, actually, we have no idea what he's going to say, so why don't we find out now, John?
Well, thank you, Ken. What I'm going to say is you can't go into this phone box and call 664-2828, but you can go into your own phone. It's up to you, Doctor Who, or Doctor Who is up to you. If you wish to continue the program, it's awfully hard asking you to send your money in, but it is needed. KCET really does program for the intelligent people of this country. I know because I've just arrived. It's interesting coming over here from England and having been in the show for 6 years. It's wonderful because Doctor Who means something and all the other shows that surround it. So with this Pledge Festival, which you can see on the back there, I've just popped into the studio to hope that it would be nice to see someone from the show. As a matter of interest, John Pertwee, who I'll be working with in a few weeks, sends his very best regards. And I know that Ken and Rich have plenty more to tell you about what you can get. But, you know, $40, $50, and for the $100 pledge, I believe you get extra special little things. So, remember, although you can't use this phone box, do use your own phone. 664-2828 is the name of the game. Call if you can. Thank you very much indeed. I believe we're now going over to Rich, but he's not really rich, he's quite poor.
Thank you, John. You know what this is? No, it's not the Trump's prenuptial agreement. This is a pledge form, and it will take just a few moments for one of these fine volunteers, or one of the other volunteers here today, to take your pledge. They'll ask you a few basic questions, and whether you'd like to charge it on your Visa or MasterCard, pledge $50 and get the Friends of Doctor Who information packet. You'll get the quarterly and all sorts of great information for you, and it'll be that simple. And for the rest of the year, you'll be enjoying the benefits of having taken out the most important insurance policy you've ever enjoyed. That's why it's so important for you to call right now. Please remember that no one else cares about your brain. They only care about your wallet. KCET is different, Isn't it worth supporting great public broadcasting here in Southern California? Come on, you know it's true. Call right now. Remember, at $50, it's the Friends of Doctor Who, or at $100, that incredible, I mean, it's an incredible special effect, heat shield. Well, it works. So please call right now. Who are we going to?
Right here.
Special effects. No, here's Ken.
That's it. Yeah, we don't have the little thing where I can appear, so that's the way we do it here at KCET. You just sort of walk up behind the guy and scare the head. They've got the hook over there. Just in, I see the hook there. Anyhow, we need your phone call and your pledge right now. Again, remind you, at the $40 level, you get the basic KCET benefits, which are KCET Magazine, you get KCET Plus, and of course, a great year of Doctor Who. At the $50 level, the Friends of Doctor Who, you get the newsletter. I've got the button down here right now. Of course, when you wear the button in this position, the Doctor Who, it's sort of a Doctor Who belly button. At any rate, you get that, of course, and at $100, you get the TARDIS heat shield, which I'm miming here because I left it sitting over there. But what we need to do is have all these phones going right now. We did very well last hour when we did our little phone test to make sure all the phones ring, but we need now you to be calling in with a pledge. And that's the name of the game here at KCET, because your pledges are the ones that support Doctor Who and all the other great programs that you find here on this station. So let's get up off your duff and get to the phone and make a call, 664-2828, or toll-free 1-800-457-4400. John?
Well, thank you, Ken, once again. Well, look, if you've just tuned in, ladies and gentlemen, to this KCET Festival Pledge Drive, I may introduce myself, John Levene. I played Sargeant Benton back in 1969 to 1974 with the three doctors, Patrick Troughton, John Pertwee, and Tom Baker, and I even met William Hartnell. Try and remember that the show has been going 27 years, and think of the hundreds of actors that have worked so hard to put this show together. I've got to say it's a pleasure for me to be in Hollywood, because I dreamed all my life of coming to Hollywood, and here I am now in the studios live on KCET. Who knows, maybe the Johnny Carson show is next, I don't know, but at the moment we're trying to get pledges to keep Doctor Who on the air. 27 years it's been in the making. Sylvester McCoy, who I was with just a couple of months ago, asked me to send his regards to this live pledge drive. So Sylvester McCoy sends you his very best regards. Doctor Who is important because it represents the kind of programming that KCET wishes to put into your minds, really. It's a sensible thing. It seems to me that intelligence is something that seems to be drifting away in our modern world, and maybe KCET is the way to get back to sensible programming. So, John Levene, Sargeant Benton, just saying that if you have a pledge, you can use Visa or Master. And remember, the number is ever so simple. It's 664-2828. And I hear a voice from Ken, I believe, over on the other camera. It's Rich.
Surprise. It's another special effect. I really am Ken. My voice and face have been electronically altered through the wonders of television. By the way, you look really great. Can I just get this one shot? No, never mind. Thank you very much. And by the way, John, Carson, no. Rush Limbaugh, maybe. 664-2828 is the number to call right now with your pledge of support. Listen, seriously, it's got to get a lot busier. Most of these folks this morning are sitting around saying, well, what do you want to do, Marty? I don't know. Want to go down and look at the girls? So please call right now with your pledge of support. Use your Visa, use your MasterCard, use your common sense. $50, you'll get the wonderful, the Friends of Doctor Who, and at $100, that incredible shield. And it will, by the way, work on limited re-entry procedures from low Earth orbit. So how can you lose? Call right now, 664-2828, and now here's John.
Well, thank you so much there, Rich. I'm John, and I'm here right now. I've been living in Burbank, you know, and I just want to tell you that I'm glad to be here. And it's very, very interesting what's going on here, because I don't know if you've noticed this, but we have many, many phone calls that are being taken place right here. And perhaps you've seen earlier, we have the very special here, very special for that, very special place, the Doctor Who salt and pepper shaker. Yes, it's very, very good there. But right now, what we want you to do is make a phone call and make a pledge. I don't know where the British accent went, because I have no idea what this is out, and I'm talking, it's more like deformed or something like that. But at any rate, it is very important for you to be making a pledge, because that is how you support Doctor Who. Now, we did the phone test a little earlier, and what we'd like you to do right now is let's make sure all the phones are ringing again. And the way to do that, you can make absolutely free of charge. We have 30 seconds here. Call right now. Call us at 664-2828 and make that phone call. Make these phones ring. And you don't even have to, now it's getting to be Scottish brogue. You don't even have to be given a pledge. My God, I don't know what's going on here. But what you've got to do, please, is to be making the phone call and making the pledge right now, because you've got to support Doctor Who at whatever level that you can afford. Is that not right, Ken?
That Ken is too clever for his own good. Ladies and gentlemen, they've asked me what I think of... Thank you. More. They've just asked me what I think of Ken, our other presenter. This is what I think of Ken. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you've just joined us at KCET, we are doing a pledge drive for the whole channel, but this morning, Doctor Who in particular. If you love the Doctor as I do, then phone in your pledges. $40, $50, $100. The more the pledge, the bigger the prize, the more the programs, the more you're going to be satisfied. I'm here today sharing the limelight, if you like, with Rich and Ken, and I believe they think this is a microphone, ladies and gentlemen.
Right here.
But I...
Yeah. Then the light shone right on through.
By the way, I'm not to be shown up. Ready? Here we go.
Oh,
that rings a bell, Rich. That rings a bell.
Pledge time, pledge time. Make the calls. Give us an indication of how much you like Doctor Who by making a pledge. $40, $50, $100, Visa, MasterCard. The important thing, though, is to make that pledge right now.
Please. 664-2828. John, why don't you get the last word?
Well, I'd love the last word. I want to say to you this morning that I've had a wonderful time, thanks to the generosity of everybody at KCET. Keep the money coming in, because we really do, as they said all morning, we've got to keep these programs on the air because it is important to mankind. We mustn't be destroyed by Daleks and things, but we have to see them every week to be sure of that. So if you love the Doctor as I do, if you want him to keep calling into your homes, send in as much as you can, but don't break yourself. What do you say, gentlemen?
Well, we're off.
What he said.